Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to the Average Joe Dividends YouTube channel. In this video, M1 did the stock picking, and that's based upon my current allocations in the portfolio. If you've been following this journey, welcome back. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe so that you do not miss future videos. Also, please click the like button to help grow this channel and get the word out on dividend growth investing. Getting paid just for owning stocks. This is what dividend growth investing is all about. And what we're looking at right now, this is my taxable M1 stock brokerage account. This is about 15% of my total net worth. And this is where I have my individual stock positions. I also have SCHD in here. That's actually the largest position. And BST, which is a closed-end fund. And we have, I'll take a look at the holdings real quick and show you. And I'll leave a link below too so you can see what the 52 positions are. You can see SCHD is the largest position at $93,000. And then the smallest position is under 1,000, ADP at 723. So back to the portfolio tab. And I just wanted to show you real quick, kind of what's going on lately. And even when I zoom out 3 months back, I'm still up 1.28%. I know it's really easy to concentrate on what's going on right now with the markets. We'll go into the 1 month. We can see we're down 2.89%, and then we've had a bad week, but we're really only down 3.79%. And in the grand scheme of things, that's not really that bad, because you can have corrections and of 10% or more that happen, and they are normal. They're normal when you are investing in stocks. You should expect them, and you should also embrace them because it gives you a time to buy more stocks at a lower price. It's funny how people panic with the stock market going down. The stock market's the only store where people panic when things are put on sale. You should look at it from that standpoint. And also remember two key things, and that's your number of shares have not changed, and also your dividends have not changed. That's of course if you don't own Intel. And that's one stock I did own years of. It's been over a year, and I got rid of them before their big drop, and they're not doing so well. So the point of this video again is to see where my $100 went, and again I'll leave a link below so you can see what's in my slices. And again, I have the 52 positions, and they're divided within these 3 slices, and we'll see what's underweighted here. And we can see the ETFs portion is underweighted, the dividend portfolio is overweighted, and the 12 more dividends is overweighted. So we'll see within the ETFs, we can kind of see here where that money went to. And we can see here that the actual, looks like for SCHD is overweighted. SCHD has made a nice recovery, before this big drop. And then BST has pulled way back because it focuses primarily on like Nvidia and things like that, more tech stocks, and those have gotten pummeled. So BST has, as a result, has dropped, and it uses BST uses a covered call strategy to generate income, if you're curious. And of course, what I'm buying is not investment advice or what I hold. I just want to chronicle this and show kind of my journey of how I built this, dividend portfolio and the income, and show you, the buys along the way or even sells, and just show you the ups and downs, because a lot of people like to sugarcoat things, but I want to show you, the good with the bad. And what's happened since Thursday is, part of the bad. So we can see the $100, and I had a penny left in the account, so it put that to work as well. So it went all into BST, and we'll see what that did as far as shares. Just over 3 shares is what it bought. And I'm going to go ahead and jump over to my Google Docs spreadsheet. I'll leave a link to it below, and it's great for tracking M1 type of dividend portfolios. And for me, it has everything that I need to show as far as tracking my stocks. And this is for the 52 stocks that I own. And again, this is 15% of my total net worth. Most of my net worth is wrapped up in boring ETFs like VTI and VU, and I'll show you that later in this video. And so I believe you should have a big base of ETFs, kind of to kind of protect you against you in case you just are a terrible stock picker. And a lot of the experts recommend that as well. So here's the Google Docs spreadsheet. You can see it has the company ticker symbol, share price, and I have everything right now arranged by pay date from oldest to newest. I'm going to scroll down a little bit and just kind of show you where I have it highlighted here. We're in the month of August, and I've only received one dividend so far, and that was from Verizon for $57.85. So I woke up on the 2nd and I received the $57.85. And the reason why this $58.78 is showing for the next dividend is because I dripped that dividend. I took the $57.85 and I bought more Verizon shares. And so that's what the dividend's going to be 3 months from now in early November. Just remember, when these pay, they're going to pay every 3 months, with the exception of O and BST. Those are monthly payers. They're going to pay each and every month. And we're going to see with BST here, the current dividend that I was scheduled to get at the end of August was $483.87. We're going to see that change. It's going to go up because I bought 3 more shares, and we can approximate what it's going to be. It's going to be at approximately 3 times 25 cents per share, so 75 cents roughly. So just doing some quick math, it's going to be maybe 76 cents because it was a bit more than the 3 shares we'll see, or it could be 75 cents right on the dot. But let's go ahead and I'll scroll at the bottom here, just kind of show you that even though the markets have been quote way down, you can see here is the market value of the portfolio, 243. I was as high as 257. Let's go back to it was at 255 at the closing date, but it was in like 257 that day, and it dropped back down. So 255 was the highest, the high water mark, at least for close. We can see how it's just gone down. And we can see here's my cost basis for the portfolio, 214. And then here's my gain or loss, and this includes dividends, 46,760. So I'm still up 46,000, even with this kind of minor correction that's going on. And here is the cash flow. I like to track the cash flow because really this portfolio primarily is to generate income, and of course I would like to see it go up and in appreciation as well, but primarily it is to generate income. But you can see here it is also going up in value as well as the share prices of these stocks go up, but with the exception of Starbucks, which has been my loser as of late. So I just put in the 1,276. That's the current monthly cash flow average for this portfolio. So it's generating over $1,000 a month on average. You can see $3,008 per quarter, and then the annual amount, over $12,000 in dividend income, is what this portfolio will generate, and it will generate more and more year over year because the stocks I have in here are dividend growth stocks. They like to raise their dividend year over year and have done it. Many of these companies have done it for decades, and some many decades, like a Pepsi and Coke, where it's been 5+ decades for some of those. So that's why this number will just keep going up regardless of me even putting in fresh money. It's just going to go up. And another factor that'll bump it up too is if I take the dividends and drip them back into the position, like we saw with Verizon. Even if Verizon didn't raise their dividend in September, which they've done for quite a while, we'll see it'll probably be another 2%. I'm predicting, we'll see. But even if they didn't raise in September, just the dividend drips alone are going to increase the income. But it's twofold or even threefold, because I'm buying new shares of these companies, I'm dripping in the dividends, and I'm getting dividend increases. So it's kind of a triple effect on the income here. So what we're going to do next, we're going to grab some information from M1 on the Holdings tab. And really, the only thing I changed was BST, where we added the 3 shares. So I'm just going to grab everything If I had bought one share of everything, I could update it all in one quick copy and paste with this sheet. And the sheet uses VLOOKUPs to pull some information. I'll show you over here in the M1 data tab when we paste it in. And it's going to pull the shares, the cost basis, and my average price paid per share. You can see like the number of shares here for A.O. Smith. It's using the VLOOKUP and it's looking for A.O. Smith pretty much over there. And same with the cost basis as well, and the average share price that I've paid. So that's how that works. We'll do a pay special of the information from M1 of the data I grabbed, starting with the name column on the holdings tab. And we'll go over to the dividend portfolio, and it should have updated it. It looks like yes, it has, because the two things that changed were the BST. I've got the new number of shares. It was at 1935. We're at 1938. We can see the next dividend is going to be $484.63. So you can see the $100 how that moved the needle there with BST. Now we have new monthly and quarterly and annual income. I track the monthly cash flow average on my monthly average dividend tracking tab. So we'll bring that $1,003.52 and we'll record it over there. I call this my progress page here to kind of track when I do deposits, and there's dividend increases, there's dividend drips, things like that. So we'll look at like today, the $100 deposit, that increased my monthly income by 76 cents every month going forward. You can see just the Verizon dividend drip and $100 deposit, and that was from last Friday, what that did. And we can see, or BST, that was the dividend drip from BST and JP Morgan. So you can see how these just add up. And so far in the month of August, I've added an additional $4.58 of income in this portfolio. You can see all the events from July, and I added, more. They just keep stacking on top of it. It's not just 76 cents added one time. It's every month going forward. And I think it's important to highlight that. So I'm going to jump over to the Dividend Tracker tab. And I've been doing these videos since January 2021. We can see the starting portfolio value and the first dividends paid in January 2021. I'm tracking also the quarterly income, quarter-on-quarter increase, the annual dividends as well. You can see the first full year I was tracking 2021 did not break the $1,000 mark. Almost broke the $3,000 mark in 2022, broke the $10,000 mark in 2023. And here we are in August, and here is, you can see the portfolio value, $243,600. See how much it dropped from the close of July. We're down over, $12,000. It looks bad. It doesn't feel great, but hey, it's a buying opportunity. It is the way I look at it, and the market is cyclical. It does this. And, the news doesn't surprise me. We're just kind of, catching up to the news of a poor jobs report, as well as the Fed probably not cutting the interest rates as aggressively as a lot of people want. I think there were like 4 cuts priced into the market is what I've heard. And to me, I don't think there should be any interest rate cuts for a little while. I think we should see how inflation works itself out, and to give it a little bit of time before we start cutting the interest rates. I don't want them to do it too soon. So we can see here's the Verizon dividend right there, the $57.85. We're going to go back to this tab here. So I want to show you real quick though, but tomorrow is the 6th. I'm going to receive a dividend from PNC. So just for waking up in the morning tomorrow morning, I'll get $8.26. So I would put $8.26 in there. And tomorrow I'll have a buy for $8.26 of more PNC. And then it's going to raise that dividend. You can see how the cycle just keeps going and going. My dividends just keep increasing as I'm depositing money, I'm dripping dividends, and then also these companies are increasing their dividends as well. Back to the Dividend Tracker tab. We can see the current average monthly dividend, how it's been going up. We're at $1,003.52. You can see last month I increased it by $10.31. You can see in June my monthly income went up by 86.64 with SCHD with their huge dividend announcement. But just in the first couple days, adding $4.58, not too shabby, with a month-over-month gain of 0.46%. We're over that $12,000 mark at $12,042.24. And annual increase, I've added $54.96 of income so far to the portfolio in the month of August. Remember, that just keeps stacking like these amounts, the monthly increase as well as the annual increase. And to close this out, we're going to go to my total net worth, and it's going to probably be a little bit of a downer just because of the recent downturn. You know, the last week. We could go further down, or we could, who knows, we could quickly recover and go back up to new highs. And let me show you something real quick. And I put the high watermarks too of VTI, which is Vanguard's total stock market index, and then the high watermark of SCHD. So VTI is it's down just a little bit over 1% of its all-time high. You can see it's at 256.99, and 259.90 was the high watermark. We take a look at SCHD, and it did exceed this high watermark a little bit, and then we went promptly back down, and that happened last week. So I didn't put the new high watermark, but it was 82 something. I think it was like 82.80 or 82.90. It wasn't much above this, but we're only down 3.65%. People are acting like the sky is falling, and I don't think that's true. We were in double-digit losses not too long ago as far as, you know, the prior high watermark. So I kind of try to look at that to kind of keep things in perspective. So here is my total net worth. I track this on this tab, and as you can see, like I mentioned before, my total net worth is mostly wrapped up in like boring Vanguard ETFs, as you can see here. And I have an IRA, a small Roth brokerage account, as well as a taxable brokerage account. And then here is my current employer. I'm putting everything into an S&P 500 index fund. And then over at M1, I have a pretty large IRA here. More boring stuff of VU, VTI, SCED, BST. And then here's the dividend portfolio portion that, you know, I went in depth over that. And then M1, I have some savings over there. They offer 5%. And then most of my savings is at Synchrony. I probably should move it over to M1 since Synchrony is 4.75% and M1 is 5%, but we'll see if I move more, or I probably will move more over to M1, but I don't know how much and when. And then Capital One, this is more my immediate money, and we can see I have some short-term savings over there, $12,600. Here's my home value. There's my mortgage. That's my liabilities right now. Cards are all paid off to zero balance. And then we go down to total net worth. I was close to like 1.67, I believe, was like the high watermark there, almost at 1.7. So you can see I'm going to be in 1.5 soon if we drop tomorrow, or who knows if we keep dropping. It's just what happens. It's a part of it. Since I'm so stock heavy, I have to expect that these 10, 20, 30% cuts in my net worth. We haven't even gotten close to that territory at all. So I'm not panicked at all. And I'll just keep buying. We can see my breakdown of the net worth in stocks, 86%, home equity, 8.4%, and then cash, 5.6%. And I also break that down into like pre-tax retirement and then after-tax at 60-40. And then here's my breakdown, U.S. international, very heavy in the U.S. markets. So that's all I had to show you guys, was what I bought and then the effect that had on my income, and then also showing kind of the latest trend with the market dropping, what that did to my net worth. There we go, BST. So $100 is in and bought 3.06 shares of BST. Let me know in the comments below what you're buying this week. And thanks for sticking to the end of this video. You got value from the video. Please click the like button. Also subscribe so you do not miss future videos. My next video will likely be, I'll go over my budget for July. You'll see how well I did with my spending and also earning as well. I believe it's very important to track that and try to establish a gap. Take that gap and invest it and build your wealth. Thanks again, everybody. I hope everyone has a great day. Everybody take care.